birthday.
Grand Rising, Elizabeth. So
Grand
good.
Happy birthday, happy birthday to you, Deitra. Happy birthday.
Yes,
birthday to you.
2023. Wait, did I? Yes, I guess so. I don't know. But anyway, I'm here. So yes, my birth anniversary. That's how I refer to it. You know, it's
Okay, yes.
yes, this in the anniversaries of me being born, you know, and this is it. So it's good to be here with you all. Let's see. Let's see, who do we have? Grand Rising, Mama Head.
Grand Rising.
Oh, you're nice and low. And,
I know, right?
oh goodness. Yeah, but that's okay. You here though. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, my Queen says she's gonna she has to leave a little early today. So you know.
Star got you. Star has you covered over here on the technical side.
Okay, that's fine. That's wonderful. Thank her. Thank her. Yeah, but you know, I'm just getting back into town. I was in South Carolina visiting my niece. But we talked a little bit about that last session. And I'm going to share a little bit more because I have something to share about that, but a little later. So anyway, I guess we can do our African Goddess Rising Oracle reading. Okay, hold on, you all. I need to cut a light on in here, you know? It's kind of dark. And I wish I could see, but it's not that easy.
You're showing up really bright though. Your shirt and your room was kind of lit. So it's dark for you?
It was dark for me though.
Yeah.
Just for reading something, it was okay. Okay, let's see. We have already pulled something.
I did, no matter what you are, I did it one more time.
Thank you.
So that's
Oh,
Mama Head, you kind of dark, sweetie.
I want to be.
You want to be dark?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more silhouette. You know, the light is behind me, so that's more silhouette.
yeah. Today we're gonna hear about Oya, the goddess of storms. She's of Yoruba in Nigeria. She is the warrior temple. So that brings to mind the storms. I'm like, okay. And then the element water. Okay, makes sense. Wielding her powerful sword of truth, Oya is the Yoruba goddess of storms, wind, and lightning. Storms bring shift, rapid and uncontrollable change, and at times chaos. Sometimes she brings chaos. Her guidance is the winds of change are in motion. Into every life, a little rain must fall. Thank you. Personal storms clear away the old. Sometimes change moves slowly. At other times, change is swift. The embodiment is, what would you like to change? If you are not actively changing it, you are choosing it. Wow. Ooh. To make shift happen, focus on what you want. Stop giving energy to what is not working. Let me say that again. Stop giving energy to what is not working. To make shift happen, focus on what you want. The biggest thing holding you back is you. If you want people in life to treat you better, you go first. If you attract betrayals, stress, and strife, the common denominator is you. Wow, yeah. Beating yourself up is beating yourself up is self-harm. Feel your feelings, honor your journey, tell yourself the truth, and practice self-compassion. Nice. And the goddess declaration is, I make shift happen.
I make shift happen.
Right. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't show the picture. I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, oh, that's nice. I don't know if you all can see it clearly.
Pretty.
Let me pin you so I can see.
Okay.
What temple was she from? Is she from?
The warrior temple. I can come closer, but I don't know if it's.
No, if people pin you, they can see it real good.
Pin it, make it better.
Yeah,
For those that wear glasses, it helps. Thank you, Mama Evelyn.
That was an iteration of my business name. It started out as Kente Connection, and connection was spelled with a K instead of a C. And then I got into the goddess cards, and it had Oye in there, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna make that my business. It was a short-lived.
Okay, but that's all right. It did good. Okay, let's see. We had something in the comments. I think Sharonda shared something. She says, sometimes you don't know until you know. Let there be light, like the rubber band. Once you are stretched, you can't go back to the same position. Okay, all right. Thank you for sharing that. You want to share anything else, Sharonda?
Good morning. That was just, I keep falling off of here, but anyway, that was just a response to you turning on the light because you had light and it looked like you had light and you said, let me turn on the light for the reading. And I was like, wow. I'm like, and the other person said, you look like you got light, but it's like sometimes, okay, I'm not even sure what this is all about. But anyway, sometimes you don't know until you know.
Right.
I did hear a little bit of the messages said you might have to be the first change.
That's true.
And sometimes you don't know you have to change. Sometimes, we have to go through different things and you're like, God, I don't know why I'm going through this. And then sometimes you might meet somebody where you might be the light for them.
Exactly. So true. You're right. Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Okay, anybody else want to share anything?
I want to share that. I just love that pool. Only because I'm off work today, guys.
Yay!
Okay.
I am off work to go walk in a climate change protest on Lansing, and that just resonated with me because literally this fight on climate change has been a storm, and now we're able to come together in a celebration because we're very confident of this particular bill passing.
Okay.
And it's really, we used to go like in we got to make them change their mind kind of mentality, but this time we're going in celebration. We get to have a party actually, and like go in a positive light of speaking to these elected officials as like pretty much thanking them for their support on
nice.
this particular clean energy bill. And so it's the shift, like you said. Like I've been through plenty of these climate rallies up in Lansing, and this one is definitely a shift. It's a season, it's a shift, but it's like storms don't always have to be like those big black cloudy weigh you down kind of storms. It could be just a clearing for a celebration.
That's right. Well, you enjoy for sure. Anyone else have any comments? If not, I want to do a little recap of my weekend. As some of you may know, I went to South Carolina this weekend, just a weekend too. That was kind of interesting, but I did. I went down Friday. I got back yesterday to visit my niece, who is a daughter of my sister who recently transitioned. And I didn't know, well, I had a take on what I was walking into. Even though I knew my niece was okay, but just the thought of going down there in my sister's life, her last portion of her life, I will be walking into that. And that I'm thankful for Reverend Omani. She set me straight, and most of you were there on last Tuesday. And it really set me straight, really. And I went down there with a grateful attitude. So I thank her today. I thank you all, actually. But, going down there, my niece was in really good spirits. I mean, to the point where it was almost like nothing had happened. My sister had 2 dogs. And then I asked my niece, I'm like, you gonna, give them to Humane Society? She's like, no, these are my dogs. These are like my children now. And I said, oh, okay. So I embraced the dog like I normally do and was happy that they're still there. And then I said, what about the car? She was like, I'm just gonna keep it because it's large enough that if the dogs have to travel, they can be in there. I said, oh, all right. So she was just taking everything so well. It was like she was hanging on to things that my sister would be truly appreciative of her. And then to top it off, we went somewhere on Saturday, and she was saying, did you say bye to mama? That's mama and granddaddy, which is my father. And then I looked at her, and she has, at the door where you leave, she has their ashes. She has the ashes, her mother's and my father's, her grandfather's ashes right there at the door. And she said, I say bye to mama and granddaddy every day. I say good morning, hi, whatever, I greet them. And I was like, oh my goodness, that was so neat. And so it was interesting enough today, of course, it's my birth anniversary. And she wished me, she said, happy birthday from me. This is from my niece. She texted me. She said, the puppy dogs and your newest guardian angel, Donnie Pooh, because that's what I call my sister, Donnie Pooh. She said, they wish you happy birthday. And I was like, then I responded, thank you to you all. I know Daddy is in that chorus along with y'all, and my mother and my brother. And it said, it truly was an awesome visit for me, Tam, that's her name, Tamara. I am here for you in whatever way that is needed. And so it's like I'm walking away with strength and edification. I mean, it's like it feels great. So, thank you for listening.
Deitra, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. It's just beautiful to hear how I remember you sharing with us last week how you think of the changes in life and how you feel, that people might not receive it, but because you were able to, like Reverend Omani helped validate how you feel. Like, yeah, you can go in there like that. And then you walked in there with that, and then you were met with your niece just handling business as usual, and also still including talking to her mom and grandpa. I think that's really beautiful that, because we see things in a different way and how people handle it. And I know that's what's giving me strength to say, I'm not going to do this like that. I want to do it another way. So that just, it's just beautiful to see.
Well,
And
thank
I
you for
just wanted
sharing.
to ask you, did you open up the show and say the date and the name of your show and da 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 da
I
da?
did. I
Okay,
said,
I think I
I
missed
ain't
it.
say the show name. This is the Health and Wellness Show, but I did say the date.
Yes,
I talked about my birthday being
that's right. That's the birth. Let me say it. It's your what again? It's your what?
a birth anniversary.
Hey.
Right, September 26th, 2023. Yeah, it's been some years, y'all. It's been some years.
It's
But
all
it's
right. I'm
okay.
glad you're here with us.
Yes, I'm glad to have you too.
All right.
Yeah, it's been some years, girl. We glad you were here. We glad we's here so we can experience this with you today. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you, girl. I'm glad your mama and your daddy got together and they just produced and had hope they had a lot of fun because you is a lot of fun for us.
That's
Ooh,
so true to think of my mom and daddy coming together making me, because that was almost a surprise thing. That
and whoopee, whoopee.
Okay.
because my sister was the next one. She was 8 years before me, so it's
Okay.
like I came along, but I think it was a surprise.
It's funny how because this crossed my mind, how catching your parents in the act is like devastating. you know,
Right. That's funny.
it's just something you don't want to see at 12. I think I was 11. I was like,
Ooh,
oh, they did Saturday afternoon delights. Like, oh,
you should have been out playing. Sister Abby, you
huh?
have
First of all, to what y'all said, that's a new lane and with the stay in the child's place with that statement. That's where that came from. Now I know that makes sense. But I just wanted to speak on you, Deitra, and the beauty and the grace that we see you present and perceive during the midst of grief. And that's something that's really not talked about. And it's so receptive right now, and it resonates with me only because of the story you shared in the beginning with Rev, and just understanding myself and the way I perceive death as well. It like your grace and your beauty through this grieving process is really resonating with me, and I'm sure it's resonating with the rest of us, because like just like I said, like when people talk about grief, that's not what they talk about.
right, right. That's true. But something, thank you so much, Sister Ebony. That means a lot to me coming from you for sure. But when you think about how they changed funerals to celebration of life, a lot of times that's what we do. We say that, when we have services, we say celebration of life. Because that's how it was for my father when he transitioned. It truly was. I mean, it was almost like we were having a family get together, and it was a party, it was, and not a party like we would think, but we had good music, we were all dressed in red because we called him Red. That was his name.
Yes.
So it was just exciting. He was like,
I
I had
love wearing the
that
colors.
on. I was too cute.
Right. I love wearing their colors. Whatever, if there was some color that they enjoyed or whatever, I think that's really important. My mother, we only talked about it with our family about wearing yellow, and we got to the church. It looked like the yellow sea
Oh
when we
wow,
went to my
isn't that
mother's service.
something?
So that really, and from now on, from then on, I'm like, what's their favorite color? Now I'm gonna have it on. It's gonna be somewhere,
Yes.
some type of way to play it, bring it into the celebration.
Oh, that's
The
wonderful.
other thing I wanted to share is my cousin, since we were talking, since Queen brought up the union of the parenting. My cousin asked a question some years ago, and it just really took me aback. He said, "What song do you think was playing when they were Making You. I was like, oh my goodness.
My goodness.
What song? What song was it?
If it was my dad, if he had a choice on it, it was definitely a jazz song, a nice jazz ballad. I mean, I could see that easy. Because he thought my mama was beautiful and all that good stuff. So he probably just wanted to hug her and hold her.
Right. Yeah.
I
I
know.
think mine might have been a Motown song. I know it was a Motown song. I just don't know which one.
Yeah.
You don't know what my mom's favorite color was. And I can't imagine. Mom was into gospel music, and I don't even know what music my dad was into. I don't remember him. Well, he was into gospel too. So I never remembered them being into the contemporary music at all. I mean, she would dance if music came on, yes. But I couldn't tell you a particular song she liked. She liked her religious music, you know.
I don't know. Some religious music, you still get down with that too. So today's day, you know, with all the they playing now. Yeah, but it was a good visit. Very wholesome. Very wholesome. I mean, it was interesting how my niece, she took it on for herself. She said, Deitra, I'm going to put your children in my her insurance policies. They're going to be named for anything. If anything happens to her, she wants the money to go to them. I was like, wow, that was just the sweetest thing. I was like, even in the midst of what she's dealing with, she's thinking about paying it forward, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, go ahead, Miss Thing.
That's nice. Instead of fighting over stuff, over
Right.
crazy stuff. That's nice to be in that space.
Yeah, yeah. And it was funny, we went to a meeting on environmental justice, Ebony. So we went to this meeting, and my niece is a doctor. She has got her doctorate degree in environmental justice. I mean, not in environmental issues.
Okay.
She graduated, but they said, Dr. Warren, you know, that's what they call her in this meeting. And they were like, blah, 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 you know, because the mayor was there from the town was there, and we were giving information about different things. And they were like, Dr. Warren, we just want to say we appreciate you and thank you for bringing your auntie. And I hugged my niece and said, you know, no, that's my niecey. I'm gonna be here for her. So it was just a good time, totally a good time. It looked like you on your way, Miss Ebony.
Oh yeah. I'm prepping, but I'm just so happy that everything worked out for you, Sister Deitra. And
Yeah.
your family is just a really beautiful, story. Like, and it's so funny because I've known you for years, Deitra, and it's literally like I'll be reading the Deitra book, the book of Deitra. I'll be like, oh wow, and I knew that was gonna end that way. And oh,
That's so cute. Thank you,
you
Ebony.
are a page turner, Sister Deitra.
Oh, I love
Ooh, page turner. Boy,
it.
I like that one. Right, you guys keep my family in prayer. Davion is his name.
Okay.
Yes.
And
How's that?
well, this is the first. I'm about to go to the court now, and this is the one where the media will be there and people. They did put it on the news this morning, so our lawyer called and said for us not to make no gestures towards him, don't smile at him, don't wave at him, don't cry, do not cry, or he's putting a foot up the butts to, because the media is looking for responses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Debate to good. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, if they can get anybody, Shantika,
misconstrue any gestures and things. I'm like, wow, you got to go in there.
Blank.
Yeah.
Tika was saying, I just put I put a hat on and I said, you look just like him. He looks exactly like his mother. You won't be able to hide. I'm sorry.
Oh, so she said she gonna be different, so they won't know who she is.
Yeah, yep. So yeah. I said, girl, you look, I don't care what you put on. Y'all look like twins.
Oh wow. Oh wow. How is she?
She had a little breakdown the other day, and but we are going to see what happens.
All right.
All right. Keep on going. Keep it up. Keep it up. Spirits are high. Spirits are high. Everything, all is well. All is well. All is well. Mm-hmm.
You know what I thought about? And this might be a strange thought, but after I read my niece's text about, you know, my sister being my guardian angel, I was thinking, like, you know, is that something we should, can we prepare for being a guardian angel for someone else? You know what I mean? That's a strange thought, but
That's deep. That's deep, Deidre.
I know it crossed my mind though. It's like, do we prepare to be guardian angels for others? You know, or
that's a good, I don't know, we might need to hit that one with Reverend Omani tomorrow.
Right.
I mean, Thursday. I'm all a day ahead. Please.
I was just about to say that sounds like a Thursday question.
Yeah, that sounds like Thursday, honey. That's Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hit her with that. She's going to do this profound retreat, so I think this would really be good to.
Okay.
I think this would really. Okay, so y'all
Maybe
mark that.
that'll
Write
open
that
up
down.
her to play.
Okay.
We're gonna come back playing, y'all. We're gonna get her with the guardian angels.
That's right. That's right. She always talking about them angel cards.
She really does.
So who is Sharonda? She's not. We don't see her. We like to see
Sharonda, how do you know about us?
You asked me a question?
Yes. How do you know about the Elizabeth?
Pardon me?
We do not know your name, so we don't know who you are.
Yeah, I'm Sharonda Mo Energy Taunt, and I'm a part of Global Empowerment. So I know Sandra, Mac, Lakeisha, Melinda LeGrand, and I know Danielle from Solivay.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've been trying to do the entrepreneurship thing. So I've been around them a lot. They all great women and great entrepreneurs and motivators. I love them all. And you all seem like a good group of women to know and be a part of. So I don't really, like I said, know what this is all about, but I'm just here listening and you know, seeing what it's all about. And if we can do what we can do, we're gonna keep it moving and motivate each other and do what we need to do so we can get to the next level.
I know that's right. Okay, thank you for sharing that. Oh wow.
Do you mind coming on camera?
Well, welcome, Sharonda. Grand Rising.
Yeah, let me see. I'll see. I'm like, I keep on falling off of this thing. I'm on this phone. And I'm in bed, but I did set the computer on. I said I was gonna go in there in about 30 minutes. Let's see.
We just
And I don't know, once I came back on here this last time, the pictures for you guys haven't been coming back up on here, so
okay.
I don't know.
We just like to see who we're talking to, you know, to just make sure it's not, you know, it's not the AI.
Okay. I'll be more prepared next time.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. For sure. So thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
I appreciate
good to have a new sister on board. We love it. Yeah. So Deitra, what are you know, what's on your mind today? What's our topic?
Well, you know what? Actually what I shared was what was on my mind. I
Yeah.
found, I received that text this morning for my birth anniversary.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? That would be something good to talk about, Sometimes things in the present is what you roll with. You don't,
That's right. That's right.
yeah, so.
Wow. Yeah. It's so funny because my personal trainer, her birthday is today as well.
Oh, really?
So, yes. And so I love my Libras. I love my Libras.
Yes.
Seem to have them in all my circles. My sister was born on my great grandfather's birthday. Her birthday. She's an October Libra.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's next month. But yeah.
Right.
So I love Libras. And it's so funny. I talked about this before. If you look at your circles and ciphers that you have now, and look at each group, maybe your school group, your college group, the people you grew up with, your family group, you might find that the same energies are always in your cipher. Like I don't go anywhere without a Libra. I got Libras in my co-workers, my friends that I grew up with from elementary school. We just celebrated her birthday. Sylvia's birthday was Saturday. That she was the last one of us to turn 58. And so Sylvia just had her birthday. And so my mother, even my mother's cipher, my mother's friends, good girlfriends are Libras. I'm like, wow, this is like really something.
Right.
Look at all your groups and see.
I will do that.
Yeah, it's something to go back and look. Look at Mama Evelyn. Your gears turning, Mama Evelyn.
Yeah. I'm trying to think when I was younger, I'm still sort of in contact with my best friends from that era. Their grandmother was like a grandmother figure to me. She's the one that chewed the tobacco.
Yes, honey. Yeah.
And her house always smelled like tobacco. But she could cook.
Else. It could have been something else.
Yeah, she could cook, and she would say, "Come on in and eat," or if my mom was hanging out somewhere, she'd come on in and eat. You can spend the night over here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what sign they were. And then my girlfriends, their mother was like, she was the functioning drunk. As the meal progressed, she got drunker.
Yeah.
It was funny, but it was funny. But it was I just remember my childhood being free times. I was all over the place and no one ever bothered me. Yeah. It was funny. I was when I was younger, I looked older than I was, and when I got older, I looked younger.
Interesting.
It was weird. I always I was 12 and I looked 14 or 16, And yeah.
It's interesting. I'm thinking about some friends I have now. And one of our friends is a Cancer. And I tell you, that girl can really go into a shell. And I'm like, you are like my best friend, but I don't hear from you. Where are you? But she'll come out and be all in like it was nothing, like we never missed a beat. But she'll go into her shell, and I'm like, okay. Yeah. So that's funny. So I have to understand that those friendships too, they're not because I'm all open and fun loving, and I'm always want to talk to you, at least say hi, not no big conversation, but just touch bases. Because that's something I know, that's a part of who I am, because I talked to my niece. I said, you know what? I want to talk to you every week. Get a day. Let's pick a day and a time where we can, even if she's just like, hey, auntie, just say something.
Check in.
Yeah, exactly. And so we picked a date and time. So we're good. And that makes me feel better. I felt like I want to make sure she knows that, or make sure I know, how she's doing,
Yeah.
It's September 16th. That's a Libra, right?
September 16th? That's Virgo.
Virgo.
Oh, Virgo. Okay. Okay. So
Libra just switched over this last Monday, Tuesday,
okay. Yeah,
23rd.
because my other best friend Deb, the one that does the shades and stuff, and she's a October Libra. My dad was Libra.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I think my mom, she said her birthday was in January, so she was an Aquarius, but on her census,
Uh-huh.
I think it said May.
What?
Look at her. I gotta look at it again.
That's a great difference.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Yeah. But I think she's always said her birthday was around the 24th.
Mhm.
Oh,
Of what? January or
January. Yeah.
yeah, that's Aquarius.
Yeah. So
Like
Yeah.
29th of
I was
January.
gonna share something else. Oh, my friend whose birthday is today, her sister also passed away this month. Whose
Wow.
birthday the same day as yours. And yesterday when no, Sunday, we were celebrating. She took us to a tour at the Motown Museum. So I'm not a virgin anymore. I've been to the Motown Museum. I'm so excited.
Okay.
And then they have an Airbnb down
Really?
the
oh,
street
do
next
they?
to the Kentucky Fried Chicken. That house is phenomenal. It's amazing.
Wow.
Don't
Wow.
get me wrong. The museum is amazing too. But the
Yeah.
reason why I'm bringing up the house is because there was a little frog on the porch. And I didn't see this frog earlier, but when I went back outside to the porch, the upstairs porch, I saw it sitting there and I was like, wait, I don't remember seeing this early. And I went to touch it. I'm thinking maybe it's a little wood frog or something.
Right.
Oh, that thing moved and started crawling away. And I said, oh, maybe that was Lizette's sister saying, I'm at the party. I'm at my sister's party. I
Oh,
always like to, assign life,
exactly.
the similarities. So, I had to look up the frog totem so I can tell her what the meaning of frogs is. I
Yeah.
always like to look up the meaning of animals when I encounter them.
Yeah.
Uh,
My friend Angela, that she loves frogs. She's got frogs all over the place. I
it's so
called her
cute.
husband yesterday and just reached out because I just want to see what's going on because I know she's going through a health battle. But when you talked about when was the Airbnb done? Because when we went before the pandemic. It was me, my friend Renee, and RJ, and we hopped on a bus, Gus,
Yeah.
and went over there. And I was really amazed. I showed RJ the old phone. Remember the rotary phone?
Mhm.
He said, "What?"
It just tickles me to even talk about the rotary phone.
I
I was
know.
terrible
It
at
took
it.
so long to dial
Yeah. And don't make a mistake because then you have to start all over
all
again. I
over
was terrible with
again.
that. It was awful. It was traumatic. I know you looked at it like, what is that?
Oh, and don't you love how Facebook reminds you of all the things you grew up with? And then you like, oh my God, nobody knows about this stuff anymore. And you say, oh, and you know all the jingles to the to the
We
commercials.
yes, we do. We know
I
I
got a
was just
throwback. I got a throwback. Let me give y'all a throwback. Let's see. Anybody know what this is?
was that alarm clock? What is
It
that?
might have an alarm on it. Look closely.
It's a CD player. What is that?
Is that a CD player?
What
It's an
is
8-track.
an 8-track? Oh yeah, look at the 8-track box at the bottom.
Oh, oh my
Oh
gosh.
man.
They have them in all the bedrooms and they work, y'all. They work.
you see.
Girl, they
They
work.
work. They
What
have
connection they get? You gotta log on to why
no, you just no, Ebony. So this is what this was 8-track was after the okay. So we had vinyl, we had records, right? So I learned
It was
about
before the cassettes.
yep.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, they
before
were
the
for,
cassette.
but it was after the reel to reel. The
Right.
Okay. So yeah, so we had that was high tech back in the day, y'all. It's high technology.
Right.
The 8-track tape. And they had one that has the whiz on it. They
Oh.
had one that had the whiz. I think that's in there now is Ray Charles, A Man and His Soul.
Mm.
Yeah. So that if you all need a place to go to, and let me tell you, this place it has 3 stories, and
Oh,
every story has its own kitchen. So it,
please.
a family could have the 3 different families could rent or 3 different
Right.
rooms, and each one has a private entry door to get onto each level.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Because I know those homes over there were like that, but I never really looked at them that close.
So it's right next door to KFC. But in talking about, we've talked about the grief before, but I was just sharing how you think, sometimes when you learn a lesson, like Sharonda said, you don't know, when you know, and you don't, you don't go, you advance further, you don't go back or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's what she said. Let me look at the chat. I'm getting it all twisted up.
Sometimes you don't know until
Yeah.
you know.
Let's see. Yeah, you don't know until you know. That's what I wanted to speak to. And every relationship is different, but we've witnessed how people grieve as
Yeah.
opposed to knowing. You don't know how to grieve, and it's no set. Even the stages hit you at different times.
Right.
You might be okay today, and tomorrow you might, you just fall apart. And
Right.
just knowing people can help you. I've told my friends, if you just, I remember one day, mom, when after Chinelo had been had transitioned, and I was talking to mama, she got his shoe on the phone, and we were just breathing. It was just breath, and that's probably the greatest gift
Yes.
to
Yes.
to be able to breathe through and just keep your breath about yourself. I was listening to a young lady and I shared it in WhatsApp, and she talked about it. She said, she said, there's one thing that we've all done, is take that first breath once we get earthside. She said, once we leave our mother's bodies, we get earthside, and that breath is
Yes.
something that everybody does, that
We sure do. That's
is,
right.
that lives. But using your breath, that sometimes that's the only thing you have to to do when things have happened to you, or you're going through different experiences. So
Right.
that's just really, that's a gift. And some people, with the video that I was watching, some people were saying, oh, she doesn't have a job, talking about breathing, but breathing is so important.
It
There's
is.
a way to breathe. If you breathe with the chest, that's emotional, and it's shorter and your whole body reacts to it. But when you breathe from the diaphragm intentionally, saying that, I'm taking in life and expelling, you can either say things that I want to get rid of, or that I want to put some love back into the world because I got it when I inhaled, and push it
Yeah.
back out. There are different ways, different things you can put on your breath.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Mama
Yeah.
Head. That's right, though.
You getting ready to exercise, Deitra?
Oh, you see me? Yeah. I'm learning to get up. Don't just keep sitting and it's been an hour, so I was like, let me get up and just stretch out some
I can
stuff.
get up too, because my arms like, let me.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So, no, Mama Head, what you share, it gives us good foundation. I think a lot of times we need something to settle on.
Mm-hmm.
And so that breathing is a perfect one. That's a good foundation to go back to, because it's something we can use.
Yeah, even when you're stressed out, when you're at work, that again, that what do we call it? That stress breathing,
Yeah.
where your chest is just going up and down. Um, it helps to bring you back to a center. It
Yeah.
helps you think about yourself as opposed to what the stuff you're going through. It helps bring you back to center, if you will. And I really like that because I know sometimes when people are doing, some people say, I don't get all of that meditation thing and breathing.
Uh-huh.
Even when you pray, similar to when you pray, the one thing that you are doing consciously is breathing.
True. Yeah.
And there are different breaths. You have breaths that you can do called, I just learned about one called box breathing, where
Yeah.
you inhale
Yes.
for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and then hold for 4, and then repeat that cycle. And then
Yeah.
I think there's another one for nighttime when you're ready to go to bed, I think, where it's 4 inhale, hold for 7, exhale for 8. We've never thought about it like that. Who counts while they're breathing? You know what I'm saying? But
I know.
Mm.
Yeah.
you can use your
Learned to
breath
do
with
that from
intention.
Dr. Andrew Weil. Have you
Uh-huh.
all heard of him?
I
Andrew
don't know. I'll
Weil.
look them up. Mhm.
Okay, yeah, but he talked about that in one of his books I bought probably about 20 years ago. So I do know about that breathing, the box breathing.
You said Andrew Wild?
Yes, Weil.
Deitra,
Yes,
your husband, is he he's a therapist, psychotherapist?
yes.
Huh. Does he take children?
Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Oh, we need to talk.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, yesterday I was looking for, because RJ has a project, and he's very, if it's not something he's interested in, but he told me he had like 8 days. I said 8 days, but actually he was supposed to have been working on this bridge all year, all September, since he got to this school. So I'm
Okay.
finding out about this bridge like last week before last. And he wanted to make it out of polymer clay. I'm like, that's a lot of polymer clay, and we don't have an oven big enough to be, because I'm the practical side of whatever it is he wants to do. So I remembered I had these, I've got that stuff. I got these long wooden blocks, and I was like, hmm. And then I just, my mind started clicking. And
Yes.
I was looking forward to helping him figure out making this bridge. And he gets in on talking on that tablet, and it's like, and we had talked about it ourselves. Say, when you get home, you're gonna take a bath, take a shower, eat, and then we're gonna work on that. And he
Okay.
was just in such a funky mood. So I told him, I said, this is not fun for me anymore. I had to say, because I said, I was looking forward to helping you figure out how to make this and
Yeah.
have it ready for Friday. And when you come in there throwing things together, and then I said, "Oh no, you're not bringing that energy here."
Right, right,
So when
right.
he only wanted to do a few sticks of what we had figured out, I said, and his mother said, "Well, aren't you supposed to finish the whole thing?" I said, "Do not, do not argue with him." I said, "I don't want that energy here. I want good energy putting this together." So
Yes.
we will go back to it on what's today, Tuesday. We'll go back to it on Tuesday, and I am saying he will have a better attitude about putting it together, because we
Oh,
figured out everything. I said, but once you glue it with the glue and the hot glue,
yes, now you can do
that thing is together.
it.
It's together. It isn't, no breaking it apart, but it's very simple. And I just, I said, I want you to do your best. Do your best. I don't care whether you don't like it. This is school. Get through it. I mean, but I like the fact that this school, I mean, it seems to be challenging him to do different things.
Yes.
Don't just stay in one area, learn other things too. And he's good at putting things together. He's very good at it.
Good.
So,
He
yeah,
must be stressed about
we need, well, it's and I realized that. That's why I told his mother I was not going to argue with him. I was
something.
not going to coerce him into doing this, because there's other things going on that I don't know.
Right, right.
And I said, and you don't know. So you can't strong arm him into doing anything until we find out what's going on. You don't know what mental stuff is going on with what he thinks about his dad and what his dad says and things that go on over there. You don't know. So he talks to us about some. I said, and he said, well, aren't y'all supposed to be getting me it? Because he said it yesterday. I said, yeah. And I keep looking at her. She said, well, I'm looking. No, you're not actively looking. This boy needs help. And we can't do it. We can do as much as we can, but we need.
What age is he, Mama Evelyn?
He's 12, so
he getting ready to be pubescent. That's pubescent time.
Yes, that along with all the other stuff, all his past and puberty coming on. I'm like, I've never dealt with that with a boy, so I know it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Sharonda or
Oh,
Ebony,
yeah.
can you all help? This is my mothers of sons time.
Mama Evelyn, my suggestion is let him go live with his daddy, if that's an option, and prepare
No,
yourself for his return.
he's over there every other weekend, and he was over there off during the summer.
Okay.
But he doesn't have his own space there, and that's not good. I mean, his I think his father is engaged. And I love Mama Octavia. She can get rid of the big Richard, and we still gonna keep her and her kids.
That's a good thing. I love to hear
embraced him. That's their little brother, and he's got a big sister and a bigger brother, and they embrace him. And I was like, oh yeah. These kids got a good head on their shoulder, really good head on their shoulder. From just what I peeped, just from the minute, the little interaction with them. But yeah, the house isn't big enough. He doesn't have his own. He's still sleeping on the air mattress in the basement. I'm like, but the basement is a finished basement because they live in like a townhouse.
But Mama Evelyn, if maybe he would be or benefit from a space that he doesn't have his own space, because he has his own space at your house, right?
Oh yeah.
So maybe that contrast might help,
Well,
because it might be, because it sounds like what Ebony was saying is that it might be daddy time. Daddy, father, the teaching testosterone time. I don't know if that's what she was saying, but that's what
Yeah, that's what I was going at. And that contrast, especially like what you said, Mama, in the beginning when I made that transition to be the co-parent, and we decided that he was going to primarily live with his dad, I had these same concerns. I prayed about it and just understood that being grateful for the moments that not all children or not all mothers, when we reach that level of I call it a brick wall, that barrier, where we can't raise a man to be a man type brick wall.
Okay.
It was more so a relief for him and not more so for me.
Okay.
Because it was what he needed that I just can't survive. And what I did was, even with the things that I used to have, because he was engaged at the time. He was dating before he got engaged, so they were dating at the time. And my son's father didn't even have a home, a stable home when he moved over there. So they were actually staying with his mother at the time when he first moved over there. But I had a good rapport with the mom, with the grandma. We worked it out where they allowed me to feel help. And then when he moved with his dad and his dad's fiance, I created him a space over there. Like, I gave them this whole bedroom set so that he can have some familiarity, but it's still a contrast in his home life. Mm-hmm. So we had to, and that was a kind of a bonding experience for me and him, to release ourselves from each other, but for him to still have that open opportunity to help me foster his new beginning with his dad. Wow. So it's go be tough, And I'm saying it now because I'm on the other side, and the storm has cleared. So I'm saying, go to prayer. Like pray over it. Put all those worries and fears that you have, put it into prayer, and let it clear you and see if you can get some kind of clarity on what to do next. Even if that's not the solution for you, just pray on what to do next with him.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what has happened. We, and I don't know why I didn't think of Deitra. I'm like, boom. I tell you, this show is a lifesaver. Yes, because he just needs someone that can really help. I said, just I'm not. I think he needs someone that can just help him figure out his feelings and how he's feeling and how to handle them. And his father, he spends a lot. Like I said, for the last 3 summers, he's been over his dad's house constantly. So, and then he's over there every other weekend.
I'm glad you got a relationship with him. That's nice. I'm glad you got a relationship with him.
Yeah.
I raised 2 boys, and it did get to the point where, they need more communication with their dad. Yeah. And it's to the point now, my youngest son, he asked, tell me something. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I'm communicating with daddy on that. I'm like, okay. And so it's like I have to learn to, and I'm like, good. I'm glad they have somebody.
Right.
But I can't know everything, and I want to know everything happens.
Right.
I know.
I want to know everything.
Right. But that testosterone, that's a whole different, it's a whole different being,
Yeah.
So we gotta, listen to me talking about we. I've not raised boys, but because I have been involved in schools and been with children, like I worked in school for 18 years, so I'm seeing the brothers, the fathers, and watching this, this whole masculine
dynamic
environment become itself. Because at first I was at elementary school a lot, and then I moved to middle. So there are things that that's not our job. It's not our job. Yeah. And thank goodness, because I don't know what I'd do if anyway, we'll talk about that.
I know, me too.
I talked to Sheena's dad. I said, Michael, please make it happen this summer. Please, he needs to come down there and be with you and his uncles, and his bonus grandmother. He just needs to be down there. Even if it's for 7 days, just I know y'all busy, and I know, and before Michael Jr. goes off to college, please let him be around that environment. Because because I know he calls his grandfather every once in a while and they talk and stuff. And
does he
put in the text information about Terrence? That's my husband's name, Terrence.
Okay.
Contact information. You can call. It's gone. Yeah.
Okay.
He'll see him. 12. He really can handle that.
What'd you say, Ebony?
Can Deitra share that on WhatsApp too?
Say it again.
In the WhatsApp. She said share it in the WhatsApp.
I'll put it in WhatsApp too then. Yes, I will.
Okay. Thank you.
Sharonda, do you have children? Have you experienced the what do you call it? Growing? No, I'm not gonna use that term. Let's say the what is it called? Yeah, the pubescent teens. Have you had nieces or nephews or grandchildren? No, she's still.
I actually lost 2, and I don't know if y'all really want to know, but it's like I'm just going through a lot because I guess I'm in the process of going through a divorce. I'm like so much for in sickness and in health, because we were supposed to be like on a last chance, a Hail Mary type of thing. And I just got blindsided because all of a sudden he just don't want to have kids no more. So It's crazy.
We holding you in our thoughts and prayers for sure.
And
Thank
Sharonda,
you.
that's probably why the creator got you here, because Sister Deitra's husband has services. See, I think this is time, Deitra, let's share so she may need the space, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm dealing with fibroids, so I'm trying to get rid of those. So
Okay, yeah, we deal with healthy eating too and healthy herbs that heal things like that, because they can be healed now. Trust. Don't
hmm
think
yeah.
it can be
Yeah,
healed.
I've seen a lot. What I've learned is said that really we need to get off of meat and dairy
Yes, exactly.
and be on those supplements. So I said I wanted to try that first before I had the surgery because I chickened out on it twice.
Okay,
Mhm.
good. I'm glad you
Um,
did.
Yes, yes.
The surgery is.
So, and you said that you have lost 2 children. Is that what you were saying?
hmm
Mhm.
yeah.
How old? Do you mind talking about them?
One of them was just it was like, probably less than 3 months, but the second one, which was the last one, it was 5 months. It was a little girl. And if it had been 2 more weeks, they said she would have had lungs and she would have been able to survive. But I was like in so much pain, and I was like, people was like, "Oh, girl, you was in labor." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know. My back was hurting so bad," and I went to the hospital, threw up on the way in, and it was at 7 Mile and Harper.
Okay.
And it was a white lady, and she had an attitude, and she was like, "I need a urine sample," and I just knew, I don't know, the Holy Spirit was like, I don't know, it was just something. I just did not want to go in that bathroom
Hmm.
and give a urine sample, and I went in the bathroom, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, I think I feel something. And when I stood up, that little girl came out, and I caught her.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
And
good.
she was like a little doll, like not like Barbie, not like a Cabbage Patch, like in between,
Uh-huh.
but she was like a little doll.
mm,
And I was like, I don't know how she looked like that, man. I'm like, that girl ain't look nothing like me.
Did you
But
give her a name,
Children?
Sharonda? Did you name her?
yeah, my Maya Angel, call her my angel.
Oh,
Maya Angel.
no.
I'm gonna pour some water for her. For her.
So, it's been a lot. To make a long story short, that that was the first big issue, but then it was another issue where, and I know this is recorded, but whatever, my story is my story. So we were supposed to be helping out a friend, and this girl, we invited her into our house, and I'm like, it had been some months, and I'm like, I don't like what I see. And I was trying to find out, well, when is she leaving? Because I'm like, I don't like what I see. It look like y'all in a relationship to me. And so, I
Sharonda,
was,
the report.
She remembers. She said it's her
No.
story. She said
Okay.
she's okay. Uh-huh.
Okay.
yeah. So, you know, I was trying to get a timeline on when this girl was leaving my house, and he like, you know what? I'm over this. This is what you want to talk about. She's gonna be in this house till we sell this house.
oh my.
Yeah, that part. So I went in there and I told her, I said, you have to leave. And all I know is I turned around and he was like, you bitch. And this was the second time. Well, he got slapped once, and then after that he got slapped again. And I went to the big house, ain't never been in no trouble. And it was by my birthday, so I spent like the 24 hours before my birthday at the big house, and I've been in my dad's house ever since, and my birthday was in March. So it's been a lot. I just really can't believe that I'm going through all of this.
Yeah.
So, it's been a lot. But in the meantime, at once sometimes I think, I want to be back but at the same time, it's like this is a whole different person. A lot will have to change. So in the next breath, I'm like, if y'all do know somebody that want to get married and have a baby, y'all let me know.
We want to help
I
you
know that was a
first. We
lot.
want to help you help yourself first. I think
Yes, ma'am.
maybe coming on I think Thursday. You can come to, you definitely come. We're here Monday through Friday, but I think tomorrow we're having a creative session. But I really, really, really think you would be a benefit to all of us for you to meet Reverend Oman.
Yes, yes,
Because
yes,
I think first we need to get Sharonda back to Sharonda, a relationship with Sharonda, and
yes.
let's start there. And we'll start with that breath. That breath. So
Thank
start. Did
you.
you want to share something? I see the light in your
Came
eye.
online.
Yeah.
Sharonda,
Yeah, and before y'all move on, I just wanted to say to Sister Deitra, you had condolences and happy birthday, and
Thank you,
be
sweetheart.
quiet.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes,
Sharonda,
ma'am.
have
Yes, ma'am.
you asked God? You said that you lost two.
Mm-hmm.
Have you asked God what was their purpose?
No,
Because
I never thought about that.
even though they're not here now, they may have had a purpose for coming. So it's a suggestion that you ask God what was their purpose.
Well, after the fact, I met a lot of people. Well, I started meeting more people that was having condolences 'cause I'm a teacher by trade, and I was able to help people a little bit, through that process, I guess somewhat grievance. Y'all been talking about that a little bit on here today. Um but then after the fact, I started meeting a lot of people that had miscarriages, and I'm like, I don't understand, why is this such a secret? You know what I mean? To me, I felt like it's like a secret that this happens to people, and I feel like it should be more awareness should be brought
Yes,
about it, you know, to help the next person.
that's true.
Sounds like a passion. Sounds like a passion is being
Generate.
Created.
Yes.
I think there is that purpose, Star. I'm seeing that. I don't know. That purpose that she just spoke on, that she talked to people through that, and now it's a secret. So it's time to let that secret out, Sharonda. Dang, there it is.
Right there.
Thank
Listen,
you.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say to you, Sharonda, is just I'm a teacher too, and I know a lot of times for me and for us as teachers, oftentimes hide what we're going through and cover it up by servicing of other people and feel having that those feelings built into feel there, and it can turn us into numb with our being numb with our feelings. So I'm suggesting to you, I'm an advocate for self date and self care, um, and especially after a relationship like you just came out of. I just want to suggest for you to take some time with yourself, with those when you're taking those deep breaths, and actually talk to yourself and ask yourself what you need right now while you are in this space of while you in while you're in this space of transitioning through the storm. And I love that Deitra put that for us because that's literally the theme of today. Is like like healthy coping through these storms. Like we talked about grief, we talked about loss, we talked about relationships, all these different transitions and just like how are you handling this transition into your life? Like, how are you coping with that?
Yeah, cause we were married 11 of 13 years, so
Mm.
like this has been over a decade. So I'm a dancer, so I just been dancing a lot. And I
Yeah.
heard y'all talk about the therapy or the counseling or whatever. And so I'm like, I don't know if her husband accepts the EAP. I
Yeah.
have to get back to that. I mean, I feel like, yeah, we out here talking, but I feel like this is a form of therapy. And so when I dance, I'm able to talk to people, and that has helped a lot because we had two counseling sessions, and the lady gonna tell me, well, we're not gonna be able to continue these sessions. And I was like, okay, well, I wanted to. It was a lot has happened, and I don't want to, just be taking monopolizing all the time. But I wanted to continue with the counseling, and she was like, oh, well, we'll get a session after Memorial Day, and it was just Labor Day.
Hmm.
So I'm like, and that's through my job. So I'm like, I had never called, and so I had went to a training and found out like, so we actually have two resources, one through the EAP and then another one that's through the insurance. I'll have to call about. So, I do want to get back to the counseling, but like I said, the one lady, she never even gave me no counseling. So I mean, as far as anything, I just really been dancing, and that's pretty much it, you know.
Wonderful. What kind of dance do you do?
And I actually teach hustle,
Oh, okay.
ballroom. I do other type of dance as well.
Yeah, because we
Oh,
have dancers here in
yeah,
Elizabeth.
dancers.
Yes, yes. Mama
Mama
here.
What
help,
kind of dancers? What kind of
mama
dancers?
help flow with the flow.
Yeah.
I call myself a movement specialist. I've done Tahitian
Okay.
dance, African dance, belly dance, all
Okay.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's up. I probably need to get with you because I met one lady, and she actually wants me to teach African dance. I'm like, I haven't did that in a while, but she was like, "Well, we have a large want for it." So, yeah, I probably need to get back with her on that. So when are your classes?
We'll I'll send my number in the chat, but Star wants to talk back to you, and she's really good with helping to look inside. So I'll definitely put my number in
Yeah.
the chat.
Every time I try to go back in a chat, I keep falling off of here. So I'm like, I said I was gonna get up. So I'm gonna go and get on the computer because every time I try to go on the chat and respond and do all that stuff, I keep falling off of here.
Okay,
Right.
mine.
Say your number. I can
Yeah,
write
I'm
it
gonna do it
down.
real quick. It's real easy.
Yes.
Triple three 60 30. Triple three 60 30. And I'll say it again if you need me to. Let's start. Mama start. I mean, sister start. Go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to read this. It's something written by Michael Jackson. It's called "The Dance," and it says, "Consciousness expresses itself through creation. This world we live in is the dance of the Creator. Dancers come and go in the twinkling of an eye, but the dance lives on. On many an occasion when I am dancing, I have felt touched by something sacred. In those moments, I felt my spirit soar and become one with everything that exists. I become the stars and the moon. I become the lover and the beloved. I become the victor and the vanquished. I become the master and the slave. I become the singer and the song. I become the knower and the known. I keep on dancing. Then it is the eternal dance of creation. The creator and creation merge into one wholeness of joy. I keep on dancing and dancing and dancing until there is only the dance.
Mm.
So
And you said that's
anything,
by Michael Jackson?
yeah, Michael Jackson wrote it.
What is that called?
It's called The Dance.
That was beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
So anything that you're passionate about, if it makes you feel good, keep doing it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna have to look that up because it was a lot in there.
Mm.
Yeah, it is.
Ebony,
I just wanted to make a suggestion for you, Shonda. If you interested in dating, right?
Absolutely. I need God to send me another husband.
So I'm single. I'm interested in dating, right? But I'm abstaining as far as the other stuff going on. But my perspective is counseling. Counseling is like dating, and you don't just date everybody. So you treat counseling as a way to connect with the person that's right for you, because you gotta be vulnerable. You gotta be a lot of things to this counselor, and you want to receive a lot of things from that counselor. So it's really like dating. That's my perspective on counseling. So
Mhm.
don't just see this one because you just dating. So you can just go on dates with a few different counselors to see which one fits. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, like they first 2 sessions is always the same thing. Like it's that intake, and then they gonna be
Right.
talking to you about your
Right,
family.
because I actually had went through a whole lot of people before I had found that lady, and they were it was a married couple, I don't know, it seemed like it might be different faiths on here, but they were like Christian, and I was like, okay, cool, that's a good. But it was like you said, dating people. Some people ain't answer the phone, they ain't call you back, you know. So it was like, okay, they answered the phone and or called me back, but yeah, I'm definitely gotta find somebody else because I want to take advantage of my resources, and I haven't been able to do that. But yeah, if y'all got some people that want to go on some dates, I can entertain that too. But I have a lot of friends like you a married woman, you not doing nothing till you not married no more. I'm like, well, I can't even talk to this person, so I'm like, that's not fair. But I get it, you know. So and I do, you know what I'm saying? Up until, this all happened, like I've always respected my marriage. And that is something that I, you know what I'm saying, hold to a high standard. But I'm like, okay, this is a different type of situation going on here.
well, Sharonda, if you feel comfortable saying your number, I can definitely make sure you get information about Terrence, my husband. He's a
Okay.
counselor.
Does he accept that EAP?
Yes. I do the insurance stuff, so I know all about that.
Well, I'm like, I mean, I asked, but you never know, because if y'all say I'm not sure if every day is put on YouTube. You never know. Somebody else may want to take advantage of the resources. I'm like, I really kind of wanted to be with a woman. But anyway, my number is 586
Okay.
209
Uh-huh.
0341. And I don't know, like the sister said, maybe I need to date, so it might be good to get a man perspective. I don't know.
Yeah, but we do have a woman on our team too. That's a
Oh,
counselor.
okay.
So yeah,
Okay, praise the
or
Lord.
need to. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank everybody for everything. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate you just sharing your story,
Thank you for sharing your story and being open to us and feeling that connection and feeling safe with us and vulnerable enough to share that.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, I mean, we connected through good people, so
Right,
if
right.
y'all know my people, I'm not gonna say y'all know me, but if y'all know my people, y'all family. So
That's right.
hey.
That's nice.
So one of the well, it's not one of the things. It's many things. There are millions of things, but one of our line items for this group is that we talk about everything from the rooter to the tutor. So nothing is left, no stone is left unturned here. So we've surprised
That's
ourselves
good.
sometimes.
We need more of this. We need
That's
more of this. So I know y'all were mentioning the different days. So what are the different days, and are there, I was thinking, I was like, do y'all have a day where y'all have men to come on?
Oh
So
yeah,
we
men are invited.
We have invited
Men are
things
men.
invited.
are invited. Um, I'm actually working on a male guest on our end on Tuesday. But now that you're on here, you actually made me just rethink of possibly revisiting a guest that we just had on Drea. She was a mental health therapist, a mental health specialist, and she really specialized in like self love and compassion, things like that, and healing trauma and things like that. So I'm gonna have to reach out to her and see if she can visit. But we also have men all week. Um, our shows are Monday through Friday. It's a different theme day and a different host each day as well. Queen Aduni is the creator of the Grand Rising Elizabeth. Her show is on Friday, but I will start at the beginning from yesterday. So Mondays are Millionaire Mindset Mondays. Is that the right name? And that's with your girl Lakeisha and Danielle Claxton. Tuesday is Sister Deitra, myself, and we have Health and Wellness Tuesday. Wednesday is Wisdom Wednesday, and it gets real creative wisdom. So we get real creative with it with Mama Ed and Mama Evelyn, and they still on the line. That's Wednesday. Thursday is the incomparable Reverend Amani. He comes through on Thursday with Capricia. They give us our transformative Thursday, get us back into a state of wealth consciousness. Is the root of that conversation on Thursday. And then we touch base and we end our week on Friday with a Purpose and Passion Friday with the curator, Miss Queen Aduni, as well as her sidekick, the lovely Lolly Mariah. And it's a beautiful week because it's a different host, group of hosts as you tell, and we all bring our own little different flavor to things. So it's just like coming back to a surprise package in the kitchen table, and you don't know what's about to pop out, but you know it's a thing.
Okay,
Ebony, that
awesome.
was so,
I do
you
like
flowed very well right there. Did you breathe while you were talking? That was excellent.
that was. Thank
this is what I did for me in the time since I've been over here.
you. Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And each show is recorded, so you could go to the website and watch the shows again.
Thank you, Star, for saying that because I thought about Deitra. Do you now, Mama Head? I used to be a Tuesday. I was adopted on Tuesday, and then I grew up to Wednesday. Deitra did a whole show. We did a whole session about her husband's practice, their family practice, and also what he offers. So Deitra, now I don't remember what we weren't making flyers, and I don't remember the date. But if you could probably, I know you got a calendar. Probably look back and see when we did that show for your, when we specialize. You specialize in your husband's services.
Okay.
There's a whole show explaining that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can look that up. I don't remember it off my head, but now that I have your number, Sharonda, I will definitely share with you personally what we do. I can send you, our flyer and everything. So
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that because Sandra only sent me Monday, and I mean I got on here real quick yesterday, so I was able to find out y'all was here Monday through Friday. So I'm glad I did, because they had sent me that like maybe that day before, and I was mad. I'm like, I don't know how come Keisha didn't send it to me, but I know she's doing a lot, and we all trying to do a lot, so we can't always think of everything. But when it's a good thing,
Yeah.
it's a good thing, and it may take some time, but the whoever God wants to expose it to, they gonna get it in due time. And like I said, we got the recordings, so we can go back in the archives. And I'm like, I might be on the binge mode on the YouTube. I don't know.
Okay, all right, yeah.
The Holy Spirit, God speaks here. I know that. Like the Holy Spirit, like God,
Yes.
right? Because it seems like everybody that we met that like just come, say they just coming to visit, y'all, the stories you guys bring are meant for the listeners, like meant for the show.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it fits in every time, like every time. It don't matter what day. It's for the day of the show. And Star coming, she shine her light and
Right.
bring the confirmation and the message.
She's our
Yeah,
message.
I appreciate that. That was good. And then I was falling off, but what Mama Deitra was sharing was good too. I caught a little bit of it, so I'm like, that was good. What book was that from?
What I was reading, it was from the African Goddess Rising Oracle cards. It's actually from a deck of cards.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah, okay.
Well, it was still good. The little part that I heard on, so I might have to go back and listen to the recording, because I fell off and I couldn't hear all of it.
Oh,
And it
okay. Yeah.
seemed like it was getting really good when I was falling off. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's how it happens sometimes. Yeah, but we read them every week.
Deidre, do you mind reading it again?
Yeah,
I mean, we got a little time. If y'all don't mind.
Don't mind.
I don't, man.
I was gonna say the same thing, Mama had. Same thing. Like we
Hey,
close out
I
with
heard everybody. I said, let me ask. It don't hurt. The closed mouth does not get fed. Okay.
Amen, amen, right. Yeah, well, what I read today was called Oya, Oya, Oya. And she is, let me get it right now. Oh,
What number is she, Deitra?
number 13, the goddess of storms from Yoruba or Nigeria. She comes from the warrior's temple, and she is the element water. Wielding her powerful sword of truth, Oya is the Yoruba goddess of storms, wind, and lightning. Storms bring Storms bring shift, rapid and uncontrollable change, and at times, chaos. Oya's guidance is, the winds of change are in motion. Into every life, a little rain must fall. Personal storms clear away the old. Sometimes change moves slowly. At other times, change is swift. And the embodiment is, what will you like to change? If you are not actively changing it, you are choosing it. Let me read it again.
Yes, please.
You are not actively changing it, you are choosing it. To make shift happen, focus on what you want. Stop giving energy to what is not working. The biggest thing holding you back is you. If you want people in life to treat you better, you go first. If you attract betrayals, stress, and strife, the common denominator is you. Beating yourself up is self-harm. Feel your feelings, honor your journey, tell yourself the truth, and practice self-compassion. And the goddess declaration is, I make shift happen.
I make shift happen.
Right, right. We do it. I make shift happen. That's right.
You know, that was before Reverend, wait, I think it was the week before Rev left. She left us with a very powerful statement. She shared with us, and correct me if I get it twisted, but she said that disease and illness are when we don't share truth.
Yes,
Did I
yes.
say that right?
Mhm.
So if we've got things bottled up inside that we're not talking about, we give them life. And then the Oya card says to, you know,
That's right. Get it out.
that's why Oya calls a storm. She'll tear this sucker up.
That's right. It's coming. Yep.
Yeah. So, you know, gotta look
Mhm.
inside and see what's going on inside. And many relationships, you know, we think about the outside of ourselves, but a lot of times it's stuff going on
Inside
inside.
too.
And it might manifest in different ways, you know,
Right.
because you're not getting it out. It's manifesting in different illnesses or something, you know. So we gotta look deeper into what's going on with ourselves, with ourselves. Yeah.
And remember our it's called fractals. I don't know if you've ever looked them up, but it's a mathematics.
Yes.
The fractal the piece looks exactly like the whole. So
Mhm.
that draws me to the tree. You know, there's the tree, the top side of the earth, the tree, but just as much as going on the top, life
Yeah.
is happening in the earth as well.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
mhm. So looking at the source, looking at self, you know, some of these things are projected because we might have this going on inside, you know. I
Yes.
remember I had what you call blighted ovums. I had 2 pregnancies that my body began to prepare for a baby, but the heartbeat never began. So that means the baby didn't come. I had 2 of those, and then I had that in 2002, 2003, and then in 2006 I had a miscarriage. Or I looked at it as that was the time that little soul needed to give me whatever the lesson it was for me to learn. So that's how I dealt with it after watching some of my friends that I worked with go through some miscarriages, and they really went on a journey. And I just wanted to look at it a different way, so that I didn't, because I saw them suffer.
Yes. Yeah.
And and oh, it was traumatic for me to watch them go through it. So when I had one, I just said to myself, I said, this was that time. And, you know, I was still a mother for the moment, for I think it was 3 months. And I just accepted that, you know, that was the time that was needed for that energy to do whatever work God had for it to do. And so, yeah.
Wow. Thanks for sharing, Mama Head.
And you're welcome. And I just realized that in talking to women, even with my mother, my grandmother, my aunt, that women will go through there will be a couple of possible miscarriages with sisters. You know, if they're able to talk about it, you may find that this, like you were saying, that it's like a secret. But and one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to start a book. I wanted to talk about all of the experiences that I had with being pregnant. I had my first pregnancy. Did it just graduated from college. Thank God. Full Went to full term. So I wanted to do a book of, like, I would write my story and then pass this book to the next person so they could write their story and all of their stories that they've had, you know, that experiences that they had with pregnancy and
That
birth
sounds
and
awesome.
loss, and man, you know, I think that would be a really beautiful thing. So I just wanted to share that, and thank you.
Absolutely. And you have my condolences, and that's good to know. I mean, what you said just right there, a few things, but that most women might have too, because this is something that I haven't known. It's
Mhm.
like, it would be more encouraging, like, oh, don't be surprised if this happens. And then, how you said what you were going through and some of your coworkers, like for me, um,
Coming back.
I know. It's been giving her a little trouble.
it's going in and out here, so
Okay,
maybe I
here
need
we
to
are.
get back on the phone, even though I know we almost done. But I was in a dark place, and I could see how people, might want to check out of here because
Yeah.
it came by me, but I know that it's a lot more that I have to do.
Right.
So, I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I know my life is worth more, and I have a whole lot more that I have to do here in this world. A whole lot of more people that I have to touch and change, that I want to do and be and see in this world. And I think it was one more thing that I wanted to say. The other thing that I've heard about those fibroids is that, like you said, about holding things in. I heard one lady say that when we are not doing what we are supposed to be doing, they can come from that as well. And I'm like, and then the
Wow.
other thing that I heard was, you got men issues. I'm like, so I don't know. It may be something to all of that, the health and all those other couple issues that I just
Yeah.
mentioned. And I'm like, I don't know. I think it very well may be some truth to all of that.
Right.
A lot of it being that food, but it's like,
Oh, dang.
I know, right?
It does whenever we get emotional. Whenever we get emotional, it does
Yeah,
it.
we
It
do.
does it to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
We
Yes.
still here, Sharonda. We waiting on you, baby. We got
Right,
time. We
right.
got a lot of time together.
and when and
So back for Thursday.
today, because I've been enlightened just this one session. So
Right.
thank you all for
Oh,
sharing, because we need more of this. And I'm not really sure why y'all started this, but thank you, because I mean, sometimes we don't always have the best relationships with our moms and our parents or what have you, and they all might not know how to be parents, and we might not always have that sisterhood, and things might not all be shared when you grow up in I don't know, a traditional household, or
right.
if you grew up in a church or whatever, you may not be exposed to some of these things and may not be aware. So thank you all, I really appreciate it.
Look who showed up over there.
Hey, Lakeisha,
But
you on your
Sharonda,
way to the
so ready for
picture?
Thursday.
Thank you for sharing, Sharonda. Thank you so much for sharing, and I'm so
Thanks.
glad you came today. Go ahead, y'all. I'm sorry.
I'm excited for you to come Thursday, Sharonda. Please come Thursday. Come tomorrow and come Thursday. Come back with us tomorrow. And then Thursday, show up and show out. Like, oh my God. Come every day. Come Friday too. Come every day.
Uh, I feel like it does not matter what comes to me in life, what happens, what life brings. It's my reaction to it that makes the difference.
Exactly.
No one can get to me without my participation.
There you go. Amen.
Amen. Yes.
So I have had people be upset with me, cuss me out. And I just sit there and I listen. And then but I don't say anything. And
Right.
it bothers them. And it's because, well, you had a lot to say. And whatever your reason is for being angry is your reason.
Right.
So if I'm going to do anything about what it is that you said, I need to process what you said. And me coming back at you in the same way that you came back at me does not help at all. It doesn't do anything. I don't believe in arguing. That's a waste of my time and energy.
Right.
When you can calm down and we can talk about it in a calm manner, then we can discuss it again.
Yeah.
But our reaction to anything that happens in life is what makes the difference. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. Ooh,
Choice. Our choice.
so true.
Hmm.
So how you doing, Miss Secretion?
No, can't hear you.
You're muted.
Yeah. These phones.
Push the button. Push the button. Push the button.
I know it's
You know how
always.
sometimes when we have that sensor
Are
stuff,
you
my
connected to
finger
the
doesn't
car?
work all the time.
Are
Yeah.
you connected to the
Rub
car?
rub your face and then touch the screen. Because sometimes you're dry. Rub your face and then touch your screen. And hit that volume button. Yeah, I'm like, sometimes my little fingerprint don't work. I don't know if it's
I
because I'm
know.
dry.
Wow.
Let's see, Ebony, this is why we need to learn sign language. Right here. This is why.
That's right. That's right.
I want a lesson.
Me too. Just some basic stuff like.
Yeah. I know the alphabet. We can start with the alphabet.
Okay. Well, you're gonna be the teacher, I guess.
Ebony got it. I've always wanted. I thought to me, it's almost like hand dancing. So any movement, I'm down. You know what I mean?
With it. Mm-hmm.
Because even some of the dances, like the Indian dances, they hold their fingers a certain way. In Hawaiian dance, the certain symbols are represented through the fingers. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Do y'all know about mudras?
Sharonda, you got to cut just the sound off of one. Mute not just your mic, but mute the whole mic system on one of them, and then you won't have that echo.
That was me.
Oh.
That was my echo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Well, Lakeisha, come on. What you talking about now? We can hear you now.
And
Y'all just got
share what you were going to share too.
Yeah, this screen jumping all over the place. Y'all
agree with Pam. Is that it's your attitude that helps you make it through whatever it is that you're going through. Having the proper attitude has always allowed me to get through the issues of my life perfectly, because having the right attitude and just even finding like the lesson in it,
Yes.
finding the lesson in it. We always go through things, but I cannot stress having the proper attitude while you're going through it. I just want to agree with
Lakeisha, turn your volume up a little bit, boo.
Yeah, but thanks for sharing what you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Grand Rising, Miss Lolly.
Hey, Lolly.
Grand Rising.
Glad to have you here with us.
I know you wanted to say glad to see you. Hold on, I'm gonna put my camera on.
No, I know. I tried to pause it, but that's funny. That's funny.
Mama had sing a song. Sing a song.
Here we go.
Oh, sing what? Me.
Oh, what you call Lolly? What you call Lolly?
Lolly. Yep. Lolly's at the desk today.
I see. So did you go on a trip yet, Lolly, to Louisiana and everywhere?
I did. I went to New Orleans for a little over a week, and then I stopped in Atlanta for a second with my cousins, and I came back. So yeah.
Okay, good. You have a good time.
I did. I had it was quite interesting. I always say my life is a movie because it comes with all the random drama, and I don't know what. But yes, it was overall, it was great.
Okay, good. Well, you made it back with a smile, so thank you.
Yes.
You have to visit those archives so you can hear what the Lolly life, the life of Lolly. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a movie.
Yeah, the life
And
of
a
Lolly.
book.
Y'all probably got a nice one. I'm telling you. Yeah, I know I got a nice one.
Right.
I could tell you some stories.
Well, all we coming up on the hour.
Oh.
I want to share something.
Great.
Because Lolly reminded me. So I'm so excited. Next month I get a
Really
my
hear you.
annual
Turn your volume
my
up,
annual
Ebony.
solo date to Atlanta. Oh, can you hear me now? No.
It's staticky in there.
Hold on. Let me
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I had to take it out my headphone. So Lolly reminded me that my annual solo date is coming up. So I go to Atlanta every year in October to a concert called the One Music Fest. So the One Music Fest is coming up the end of October, and I get to go see Janet Jackson. So Janet Jackson is my Beyonce.
Okay.
And ever since I've been a little kid, I've always wanted to see Janet Jackson. And the One Music Fest have been knocking off, like this concert literally knocked off every one of my bucket list favorite people I want to go see in concert for the last 3 years. So the first year I went to see Lil Wayne and the Isley Brothers and Kirk Franklin all in one concert.
That's wild.
That's interesting.
Yes. Last year I got to see Lauryn Hill, Megan Thee Stallion, and the other gospel people, the Maverick City somethings.
Okay.
I got to see them last year. And this year I get to see Janet Jackson.
Ooh.
And like Nelly and Big Daddy Kane and like a 50th anniversary kind of like concert inside of a concert.
It's gonna be nice.
I am so excited because this concert, like the lineup be so crazy. You don't like all the people like they put together. I never could imagine them all being together. So I get to be, I'm so excited. Oh, and Kendrick Lamar. I'm excited.
Okay, all right. Do you go alone or you take a group of women?
Nope, I go alone. It's the date for myself. Since I've been dating myself for 3 years now.
All right.
So this is like my annual date night or date weekend getaway. I buy myself flowers. I set myself up in an Airbnb with my wine and my trinket. And I take myself on a nice date to the concert.
Hey.
And
nice.
I'm so excited this year because this year I get to treat myself. I'm doing VIP this year because I deserve it.
All right, good.
Right.
So Lolly made me think about that. I'm excited. My ticket just got paid off. I just found the $50 ticket flight to there. And
$50? A $50 flight?
Yes, a $50 flight. It's through Spirit.
Yeah, they got $49. Yep, $49.
I like to sleep. I don't do planes well, so I take that that little sedative pill to ease my nerves, and I go to sleep.
Okay.
You need a gummy, a CBD gummy. That'll help. You don't take that. You don't keep taking them pills now.
Oh, good, because I'm looking for an alternative to that pill. So
Lolly could probably help you with the alternative. And there's no THC in it, just CBD.
Okay.
If you want THC, she probably got that too, but I'm just saying. Lolly, we're gonna have to have you on our show for your product. I don't know if you did that already. We need some wisdom on this cannabis, the
Yeah.
and the CBD. You can
Yeah,
come on a
cause
Wednesday if you don't do a Friday. I'm just saying, you know, me and Mama Evelyn be
You
open.
can do health and wellness too now, honey.
yeah,
Let's just do a 3-day thing.
Yes. Every day is a different one. You get the plant, the product, and the drink, whatever. Because Danielle could type in on that too with top verse.
I know, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
I didn't know you had a product, Lolly.
Well, I don't have my own products, but I am an ambassador for other people's products. But I have the scientific information.
Yes.
So yeah, that's where I come in. And I'm supposed to be doing a training actually coming up. I gotta talk to one of the companies that I've been working with because we gotta see about that. But I was sharing information on social media until they started flagging me, which is crazy because I share like educational content, but it is whatever. So yeah.
Interesting. Mm-mm.
All the things, look, all the stuff you see, and then when you get on there with some conscious stuff, they want to flag you, but you keep seeing all this other stuff going on.
Right.
But they want you to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, Deitra. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Yeah.
They
Want
want
to
to
promote
keep
that
people
stuff.
dumbed down.
Yeah.
Because I
Yes.
look at my Facebook and I wonder what are the things that I'm seeing in my memories. They say this content was removed, and it's usually something that was conscious.
Yeah.
Thinking about it now because that's the stuff that I don't see.
yeah.
That's
To
all right.
Lolly,
Happy Elizabeth.
Lakeisha Millender LeGrand may be able to help you with that. I'm not sure about the CBD and all of that, but she might be able to help you with that. But to Sister Mama Hathura, that's one reason why I'm not on Facebook right now, because I would put stuff on there that would be about something, and y'all think I would get responses? It'd be crickets. Man, if you put some foolishness and some buffoonery on there, the comments be thousands. I'm like, So I haven't. It's the other reasons why, but that's one reason why I'm not on there, because I was like, you know what? I don't have time for this. You put something on there like Lolly said, some educational content or something that is really worth a conversation, like what we on here talking about, and you get nothing.
But Sharonda, I recommend you still do it because there are people that don't say anything, and when you go out, they'll say, "Oh, you know, your post really helped me." Don't worry about what's up there because that's what the world is caught up on, the likes and the on the comments. Still do your mission.
Yeah.
And
Still do
you're
your
right,
mission.
because people will go. I'm like, you saw that? They was like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'll think about it.
Yeah.
I joined a group on Facebook, Recycle Denim. Denim upcyclers. And I posted a picture of my coat.
They sold?
Not yet. I have 165 views.
Ooh.
And I just posted it like yesterday morning.
Oh wow.
Good.
Yeah.
I wish you the best with that. Whew.
Yes. Yes.
Mama Evelyn, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And just, like your business is just like booming. It's so beautiful.
I just yeah, I gotta get those pictures up, y'all. That's my intention today, is to get the pictures from the last events I did up. Woo-hoo. Yes. Yes. They're so much fun.
Oh, good.
Mm.
Are you gonna close? Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say briefly about tomorrow. The soul collage cards we're going to put together.
I've been cutting like crazy.
So yeah.
What do we need for tomorrow, Mama Evelyn?
If you don't have them, if you can swing by and get some. I just say I have them already cut out. Is the mat board cards, and some scissors and some glue, and some pictures. No words. No
Yeah,
words.
no words.
Yes.
That's the one that got me right there, the no words. I'm like, oh, I like this. Nope, can't use that. Nope.
But thank you all for joining us today.
Mhm.
Much love, much love.
Thank you, Deitra. We got some things out. That was really good.
We did. We really did release some stuff.
Yes.
Sister Ebony, you want to share anything before we close out?
I just thank y'all for joining us, and I love that Sharonda found a home here and got to pull up a chair. I love that, and I just love the way we come together, ladies. It's beautiful.
I do.
Yeah, today is just beautiful. You guys got my. I'm excited for the day. I don't even know what's about to happen when we get up, but I'm excited for it already.
Okay, good. Yeah, bring it. It'll be there when you get there if you're bringing it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Star, you want to close us out or?
Wait a minute. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Sorry about that, Star.
I'm gonna hang out with my son. He's gonna take me to lunch, and I go to dinner with my husband, and I get me a nice car with 100 books in it. I was like, okay, all right. And it's funny because I thought about my grandmother. She would open cars and always want something to fall out of it. So when I saw that $100 fall out, I was like, hey.
Spend it on yourself, Deitra. Don't on yourself.
My mom said, no bills on you, no bills.
Yes.
Believe it or not, what I want to do is get a what is it called? Jesus. I'm getting some consultation with Yaki Awakened.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know you're excited about that.
Oh, yes, I am. So yeah, I'm gonna put that towards that, so.
Yeah. Okay, y'all. Oh.
All right,
We're
Queen.
ready, but we're not ready.
Hug yourself.
Yay, I love me.
And then hug the world.
And sprinkle.
Goodness and love and light and all of that. Because we all need it.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Star.
Righty. See you in the morning.
See y'all in the morning.
Peace, y'all.
And I'm excited about y'all success.
Yes.